What's up? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm in a little bit of a messy area. I'm at my parents' house in Toronto, and I don't know about you, when you visit your parents, there's like no room to put anything, so my stuff is all over the bed, all over the floor, all over everything. So I'm actually sitting on the floor right now because I actually don't have space anywhere else in my room to film. I'm just doing a little quick month 4 Accutane update video. Nothing too crazy, but I'm going to show you my skin. So that's that side. So there's no breakouts. These are just all hyperpigmentation marks from when I previously had acne. So I have no breakouts now. I haven't had one pimple in about, like, the last time I filmed was the last time I had a pimple. So I haven't had one pimple in like 2 months, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, these are just all hyperpigmentation marks. When you're on Accutane, your skin is also, or isotretinoin, your skin also is more red and inflamed than if it wasn't. So when I stop the medication, my redness will also go down. But yeah, all here is clear. And this is obviously me not wearing any makeup. My lips are still great. So let's talk about symptoms. I have just been living off of Aquaphor. And I think at the end of this series, I will be giving my like survival products that I've used. So I've been literally, as you can tell, living off of Aquaphor, which is like a lip balm, like a really thick, like Vaseline type lip balm. I put it on constantly throughout the day. When I go to bed, I put a ridiculous amount on, and I wake up in the morning and my lips are good. So as you can see, you can't even, because it's not zoomed, there we go. My lips are like literally better than they've ever been in their whole life, and I'm on 40 milligrams right now of the isotretinoin. So far no chapped lips, still dry skin. My hands have nothing there. I will insert pictures around month, I'm gonna say 3, when I upped the dose. I started getting like peeling like in my inner thumbs, and I definitely took pictures on my fingers, so they were peeling up here. And that just, again, I would like load on lotion, like fragrance-free lotion, and the symptoms went away and never came back. So that lasted about 2 weeks, I'd say, of like the insides of my like fingers kind of peeling, like the skin, just from being really dry. But I just put like a bunch of ointment on them. I was really like loading on like Vaseline like before I went to sleep, and it went away and never came back. The back of my hand, as I should say, as I mentioned in my previous like 2-month update, have not come back, but they do start getting to the point of getting rough if I don't put on moisturizer. So I have to moisturize my body every time I come out of the shower. I moisturize my hands every night before I go to bed. I'm moisturizing them after I wash my hands. With my job, I'm always washing my hands, so I have to moisturize after, like really be conscious of that. But that's really helped. In terms of fatigue, my fatigue actually, crazy enough, feels better on the 40 milligrams than it did on the 20. And I don't know if it's because my body has adjusted and gotten used to it. I thought it was going to get worse because the higher dose, but I guess maybe my body is getting used to having it in my system, which makes me really excited, because I'm like, oh, like I kind of feel like myself more than ever. Like I have more energy to do things. Very still like baby brain kind of symptoms though. Like I still do have fatigue, but it's better than it was before. But yeah, baby brain, like forgetting things, making silly mistakes, having to like listen to things multiple times in order to get them, forgetting things, losing things. Like these are things I've never really had to deal with before. I've never really had to, like, I'm not one to ever like lose a phone or like misplace something, or it's just not me. And so I've been dealing with that the last few months, and like I just use isotretinoin now as an excuse for everything. I'm like, oh, I forgot my keys, must be the meds. Oh, I like left this at home, must be the meds. And like everyone thinks it's so funny, you know, it's really not funny for me. So that's really frustrating. But that's, again, just a symptom that'll go away eventually. In terms of joint pain, my dermatologist is amazing, and she's actually super on it. And she gave me, when I mentioned that I had joint pain, she gave me a blood test to do to see if my muscle enzymes were breaking down, because she's like, with Accutane, like sometimes your muscles can degenerate or whatever it is. So she's like, I want to make sure that's not happening. So I did a blood test, and my muscles are all fine. So it's just like the joint pain because the lack of moisture in your body, basically, like the oils basically and your like joints are drying up. That's been pretty much the same. It hasn't gotten worse when I increase the dose. My nighttime like blurriness is getting worse, so it's not again like the blurriness of night itself, it's like the overcast from all of the lights. So if I'm like walking around in the dark, I'm actually fine. Like I know that was one of the symptoms was like a decreased sensitivity to darkness, so it's harder for you to see at night, but I haven't found that. I just find that the glare from the lights kind of all glaze over, so it makes like driving really hard. It makes all those things hard, so I don't drive. My hair has not fallen out yet. Hair is still the exact same that it was. So right now, honestly, I'm giving this drug like a pretty good rating. Like I've had, knock on wood, I've had a pretty good journey so far. I just want to address, some people are saying, you know, in your previous videos, you said to go on like all of these supplements for acne. Do those supplements not work and that's why you're going on Accutane or isotretinoin? And the answer is no. For me, it's personally a financial and an emotional issue that I want to deal with. I spend a lot of time and money and energy towards my acne, and if I have like a pristine diet and I'm taking all the right supplements, yeah, my skin is clear. But the fear of like putting something on my face and my skin breaks out, the money from facials and all of these supplements and vitamins, and like having to eat a certain way all the time, like it adds up. Not just like I said emotionally, but it's a lot of time, money, effort spent into something that I've been dealing with now for like 15 years, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. Only difference now is like the inside of my nose. That's one thing I have to mention. I almost forgot. The inside of my nose has been hurting, so I've been getting a Q-tip, sticking it in Aquaphor and like shoving it up there, and again, my nose is completely fine now. I'm actually so upset that I waited so long to go on Accutane. Like, I just had this like massive fear about it and like all of these horror stories, but actually when I went on it, I had so many of you reaching out to me on Instagram saying, oh, I went on Accutane, I had a great time, like nothing happened, like my skin's been amazing, like all of these things. So I'm really happy that I tried it. I'm really happy so far that I've been quite lucky in my symptoms, and they're very, very minimal, like very minimal, or maybe I'm just getting used to them. I have 2 months left to go, or 2.5-ish. You can see like the fatigue, like the symptoms of that, right? Like look at the bags under my eyes. This vein is like strained. Can we see this? Let's like bring you in close. Do we see this black line here? That wasn't there before. That's literally a vein, if you can see. Because my eyes are like so strained because of the fatigue, so I could just be very well getting like used to this level of tiredness. But yeah, you can like really, like before I never felt the need to wear concealer under my eyes because it was like just like an aesthetic thing, but now I'm like, whoa, like you've got some bags, honey. You've got some bags. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps support my channel, and I will be doing a 6-month Accutane update. So in a couple months I will be updating you again. But feel free to ask any questions whenever you want. And I'm rambling off again because outros are so weird, and I'm just gonna end it here.